Hey everyone, it's Hairyfrankfurt, and today I'm going to be kind of responding to Graceffa talking about his dealing with an alcoholic parent video. And this isn't just me being like, oh my god, Graceffa made a really popular video, I'm gonna make one too. I'm sure by now most of you would know that I am seeing a psychologist, and I've never really opened up about the whole story of everything. My mother is an alcoholic. And a lot of people don't realize that alcoholics are addicts. Alcohol is a drug, and to be an alcoholic is to be addicted to alcohol. It's funny, as I finished watching Joey's video, and I did my foundation and nothing else. As I finished watching that video, I was doing my makeup and I got a call from my mother. She has been going in and out of rehabilitation services for alcohol addiction since I was 2 years old. And the reason I know this is not because I have recollection of being 2 years old, but simply because my father tells me of the first time my mother had a brain scan. And the reason she had to have a brain scan is because she was having seizures. And the GP couldn't find a reason for it, so she sent her off to a neurologist. Or some specialist who sent her to get a brain scan from a neurologist, whatever the case may be. And the letter that the doctor wrote, like the specialist said, was basically, you're an idiot, don't waste my time, this woman reeks of alcohol. And, you know, and then when the clinician, the person who reads the scans, wrote up the scan report, basically said, visible damage from alcohol abuse. And that scan was done when she was 35, so I was 2 years old. Since then, I've seen her have seizures, I've seen her be arrested, I've seen her go to hospital, I've seen her cry, I've seen her, you know, just in so many states you're not supposed to see your mother in. Like, okay, sometimes you'll see your mum cry. Like, sometimes you will. You just will. But just, I used to spend school days off school so that I could be her counselor. And that's one thing that Joey said that really struck home with me is, you know, you're a grown-ass woman. Get your shit together. And it's funny that I found that video today because I have just had a therapy session this morning where I basically explained what happened on Christmas and how my mother complained that she continued to say how proud of my brother she was, you know, oh, did you see George is getting into rehab? Did you see George is getting into university? And did you see he's got the top marks in this, and he's got friends, and he's doing well at work? And I was like, yeah, that's awesome. I go to uni too, you know. Like, hello, actually your other child, you know, I was here first too. Not that that really matters, but to which she responded that she doesn't really know what I'm doing at uni. She's pissed off that I never told her I was enrolling in uni. I wish that dog would shut the fuck up. Like, and that was on Christmas Eve. And on Christmas Eve, she continued to say how she had nothing to be proud of me for. How, you know, I've just basically been a waste, and how, yeah, just a whole bunch of shit. You know, that I'm some social media wannabe and I'll never go anywhere, and just all this just nasty stuff that you don't want to hear from your friends or, you know, even like acquaintances or people you know. You don't want to hear this from anyone, let alone your own fucking mother. And yeah, she has broken my trust a lot, like a fucking lot. There's one time I remember when she had been to rehab and she came to pick me up from school, and I was so excited. I was like, oh my god, Mom, this is great, this means you don't have to drink anymore. To which she responded, don't be stupid, child, I've already started. The same day that she got out of rehab. And like, that's just one instance where, you know, I get my hopes up and have them crushed, you know, and it really is heartbreak. Like, right now, it's weird, I am incredibly numb to it all, and Christmas was really the icing on the cake. We did a little picnic, I had put all this effort into it, I had spent so much money on so many things just to make her fucking happy, only for her to complain the entire fucking time that I was there. Like, I spent money to go and see her, and that's a bad thing. Like, that makes me the world's worst person. I don't really understand. I don't know why she was so mad at me that entire time. But back to what Joey was saying, and it's fucking hot right now. Like, it is 9 o'clock and it is hot. I'm sweating. Back to what Joey was saying about the fact that, you know, the messages, and like, he was, you don't know what it's like until you're in this situation. Until, you know, your mother wakes up and pours herself a glass of wine, and finishes that glass of wine, pours herself another glass of wine, and again, and again, and again, until she passes out from drinking too much, and then wakes up the next morning and does it all over again. And then if she ever doesn't, has a fucking seizure. And the messages I get from my mum, if they're not her calling me names and putting me down and just being absolutely awful, like awful things that you don't say to your worst enemy kind of shit. Well, you probably would say to your worst enemy, but even for me, like, if I had a worst enemy, which I try to not hate anyone, if there was someone that I hated, I would try my very darndest to get them the fuck out of my head, because that hurts. Having anything that hatred and that toxic in you is bad for you. But she lives off the shit. Lives off it. She's gotten to almost 59 years old, hasn't done a single thing wrong her entire life. Everyone around her is the fucking devil. Like, she's literally never apologized for anything. And I was just on the phone to her then, and she was explaining that she's so out of place and she needs to go home. I'm like, she's literally just calling me and being nice because she wants me to say, come stay with me. But she's not allowed to stay with me. But yeah, on the phone, I was talking about, you know, she's like, how are you? And I was like, well, the only thing I really have to say is that I went to therapy today, and it was great, because we uncovered some really heavy shit about my relationship and my attachment issues with her. So I basically said, well, I went to therapy and it was good, and then I bought some groceries and rada. And then she was like, oh, da-da-da. And then somewhere along in the conversation, it came up that I was talking to my therapist, and she suggested a certain rehab facility. And Mum got really angry and was like, oh, did you say my mum's an alkie and I need some rehab stuff? And I was like, well, Mum, you need to remember, part of the reason I'm in therapy is for this reason. And I'm really proud of her, because this would have taken a lot of emotional, mental energy and just, like, what's that word, like restraint that she just doesn't normally have. She was silent for a little while, and then she just kind of said, okay. And I think that's as close to an apology as I'm ever going to get. And I will probably have to see a therapist for the rest of my... No. I mean, I'll have to see a therapist for a damn long time. And I'll have to work on myself for even longer. Because I never had a mom. I told you guys I wasn't going to cry. I was reading one of the terms that my psychologist flipped at me. Not flipped, but like flippantly passed in conversation. She said that, you know, my behaviors are because of anxious-ambivalent attachment concerns. And I was like, oh, that sounds interesting. Tell me more. And she goes, well, that's basically, you know, you want your mum to love you, but you're withdraw, like you're attaching because you want the love that you never got, and you're withdrawing because you know that she's fucking toxic for you. And I was like, well, yeah, that's accurate. But then I looked into it more, and it's basically, you know, children who have inconsistent or unpredictable emotional upbringings, and how for the rest of their lives, pretty much, they will exhibit such and such symptoms, which I was reading and I was just like, what? It's like getting a tarot card reading. It's so fucking accurate. I was even saying to my housemate, I was like, this is so, like, real. And he's like, well, that's why psychologists are psychologists, duh. I was like, no, like, it's hard to explain. That was something that I really had to get used to as a kid. Is 1 minute mum being super happy, you know, oh, let's go to the cafe, let's go get some food. And me going, I'm not hungry, I'll just have a hot chocolate, because I used to fucking love hot chocolates. And this is one particular event, we went to a Danish place down on Hairyfrankfurt Road, and she got a focaccia. And she said, do you want to try some eggplant? And I was like, oh, that's really nice, can I have some more? And then just like that, she snaps and goes, fine, have it all, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, whoa. I think I was like, God, how old would I have been? Like 7? Something stupid like that. And she's just like, and that's the kind of stuff that I deal with all the fucking time. And it's come to the point where sometimes I'm just like, man, if I don't do anything, she'll die. I don't know, it's hard for me because I have this very serious, not fear of her dying, but fear of the unfinished business when she does die. Because if she dies while she's drinking, the last thing I would have said to her will have been hurtful. And it's not, I'm not saying that to my mom. I'm not saying that to my mom. I'm saying that to the alcoholic in my mom, or the alcohol that takes over my mom, or it's so hard to explain because I know my mom when she's sober. I can make her laugh. I can, you know, I can't even remember what she's like. I can't remember a single, oh, there are a few. This is too hard. I'm sorry, guys. I just wanted to give my support for Joey, and it brought me to tears. I was going to read you, for part of my therapy, I have been told to write letters to my mother. And I wrote a letter to the mother I wish I had. And I was going to read that here, but I don't think I'm going to stay to. I hope you guys are doing well. The exact same thing as what Joey said. This isn't what I normally do my videos about. The reason I make my videos is because I've got shit, and for the longest time I didn't know that other people had their own shit. So I want to provide support for you guys, and just know that there will always be a safe place for you, even if it starts off as being on the internet in my stupid little videos. But this is my support to Joey Graceffa. It's tough, but I just got off the phone to her, and it sounds like she might be going to rehab, and I can't stop myself from trying to help her out. So I am going to do that. And I'm going to get disappointed again. No, I need to stay positive. Maybe she'll do it right this time. I don't know. For anyone out there who is struggling with a similar thing, if I upload this, please stay strong. I'm just gonna go and upload this. I am still doing daily videos. Tomorrow's video will be something fun, I fucking promise you. Not this bullshit. So, yeah, you get excited for that. Anyways, guys, subscribe if you want to, or not, I don't care. I'm fine, I promise.